Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have a very special episode. It is our New Year's Eve episode. And on this show, we can tell 2020 to kiss our bundt cakes. So, I'm your host, the
You are
meat
very
Viking.
true. This is Professor Porkline. Yes, kiss our bundt cake. Perfect way to end 2020 and start 2021.
I wonder if it's too late to get somebody to make me that cake. I could probably make it myself, but
A bundt cake? I mean, I don't know. You might have some time.
yeah, let's see.
Shouldn't take you that long. Yeah.
Nah. You ever make a bundt cake before? Because I don't think I have.
I have made a bundt cake before. I get the pan and everything for it, so
Oh,
it really doesn't take that long to make. It's just like any other cake.
oh, okay.
Yeah, there's like no special real thing that you have to do with it. So
I'm not judged by 3 judges on a well-known Netflix series called Nailed It, so I think I'll do just fine.
Oh God.
My wife started watching that, and it makes me feel good about myself.
It does, doesn't it? I've seen that show before. So, man, New Year's.
New Year.
But before we talk about the New Year's, did you get anything good for Christmas? Anything related to smoke, desserts, booze, and meats?
Other than what I opened up from you, which we already did that on the stream or on the video, no.
Nothing. Okay.
I mean, look, because I got other hobbies I'm interested in outside of this podcast, which is relatively new. And so I got stuff for that. And then I got, your clothes and such.
Okay. Man, I asked for a bunch of kitchen related stuff. So I got them. I got some new mixing bowls.
Nice.
I got some whisks. I got a KitchenAid mixer, which is going to be awesome because now I don't have to worry about screwing everything up with hand mixers and whatnot. So my goal for the new year is to make a couple different fancy little things with that KitchenAid.
Yeah, I don't even have a hand whisker. I have anger issues and a whisk.
Oh, yeah. Man, sometimes the hand mixer is way better than just doing it with a whisk.
Oh wait, no, like had I been thinking about it, I would have been, yo, how about that KitchenAid whisker and a hand mixer? But
well, there's always next year.
Always next year.
So New Year's episode. What is going to be our safe word for the day?
Help.
Help. I feel like it's got to be something related to the new year.
Oh my God, what's Baby New Year wear? Is that a top hat?
I mean,
in the claymation. Huh? Sash?
There's a sash that he wears. There's a top hat and a diaper. We could probably say diaper. That way we can get rid of 2020.
What a shitty year. Yeah, that's fitting.
All right. We kind of discussed about what we're going to be doing for this episode. And so what do you got in your cup, man?
This is off screen. That is coffee. Because
there's nothing wrong with having both.
Right. And then this are special mugs. Ooh.
Yeah, I got mine too.
It's a little something dangerous. I'm going to screen share it with y'all. And keep in mind, oh, what the hell? That this is a very, very pretty drink. This is a drink that'll get you fucked up. So if you're like doing anything in the next 13 hours, be careful with drinking these. And I am not doing anything in the next hours. So this is what is known as an adios motherfucker. Those of you like Long Island iced teas, things of that nature, but want to kind of throw a twist on it, I'd recommend trying this out. Super easy to mix, just a lot of liquor. Down here you have your ingredients. You've got 1/2 ounce of vodka, 1/2 ounce rum, half-ounce tequila, half-ounce gin, half-ounce of blue curacao, 2 ounces of sweet and sour mix, Sprite or 7 Up to the top, and you just throw a lime and cherry on that. Now, when you get your rum in here, I would probably go with like a silver or a white rum, just that way you don't dilute the color, because most of your color is going to come from this blue curacao and that 7 Up mix.
Yeah, any bartender would know that you have to use all the whites because
Yeah.
I mean, any Long Island iced tea, you're gonna do all the white liquors and then put that in there so that your iced tea, it'd be soda, actually. Coke or Pepsi will give you that kind of light flavored, but yeah, your blue curacao will definitely give you that nice little blue mix. So,
and it's good, but it's also a dangerous drink. So everybody making it out there this holiday season, do be careful. And good sir.
well, I'll tell you what I got in mind. Mine's a little homemade. So I wound up getting some Everclear because I couldn't get the original moonshine, which is very close to it anyway. I mean, it's 190 proof, so it definitely is a little flammable there. And I took some cider, apple cider, and some vanilla and some cinnamon sticks, a little bit of some brown sugar, a little bit of some white sugar, just mixed it all up, boiled it. And then after it cooled down, I poured in the whole bottle of liquor there, the Everclear, and I made myself some homemade apple pie moonshine. So that is what's same thing. If you're not going to do anything for a while, you want to drink a few of them, yeah, you're going to be hitting it pretty quick. So
yeah.
Is that the apple cider? It masks any of the taste of the burning of the Everclear, so you don't even taste the alcohol, which is super cool but very dangerous.
The reason we chose to do dangerous drinks on New Year's is relatively self-explanatory. It's pretty much known. A lot of people go out and get super hammered on New Year's, and we figured we like to ball on a budget, so let's just order fancy drinks that have a lot of liquor in them and just get hammered real quick. So,
all right, yeah. So anybody? No, let's continue, man.
All right. Well, I'm gonna let you break out on our next segment here, and you and I had talked a little bit about this, and that's some traditions around the New Year's, and we both found out that we have some separate traditions here. You want to go and start us off with this?
So this first one that I looked up is something way different, but it is a New Year's tradition, and it's typically within the Spanish community. Champagne is typically pops during the New Year's Eve, but the Spanish tradition is about eating grapes, man, eating 12 grapes. It's something that I never even heard of, never even thought about what could be it, but it's called Uvas de la Suerta, which means 12 lucky grapes. And it apparently is for each chime of the clock, you eat one grape, and one grape is supposed to give you good luck for each month of the coming year. So it's a superstition thing, but failing to finish all 12 in time will mean some misfortune for you. So whenever the clock strikes 10, 10, 9, 8, whatever, and it hits that 0 Happy New Year, and you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you have to eat 12 grapes for each ring of the clock. So, I mean, I could probably do it. Grapes don't seem like it's that bad.
Right.
But you got 12 seconds essentially to eat 12 grapes, or according, you're going to have misfortune if you don't.
I wonder if there's like a strategy to this. Do you just like fluffy bunny them and just like put all the grapes in your mouth at once?
I don't know. Is it like doing the cinnamon challenge where you put it in your mouth and hope that you can stick it down, or what?
Right. I don't know. Anybody there who has heard of this challenge, let us know if there's like some rules to this, because I'm interested.
yeah, I don't even know if it's really a challenge per se. I think it's
True.
just
A
you got to eat
tradition.
12 grapes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Huh.
so I was super not confused, but I was like, man, I can't believe this is actually one of those traditions that people have. And again, it's mainly in the Spanish community.
Hmm.
So around the world, Spain, it does happen in the U.S. where there's a lot of Hispanics and stuff. So I might need to do a little bit more research and talk to some Spanish-speaking people and maybe try to get some more information on. So that's one of them. What do you got over there?
So my mom always told me that on New Year's Day we're supposed to have ribs and sauerkraut, pork ribs and sauerkraut,
Yeah,
and
pork and sauerkraut.
it was always supposed to bring good luck and riches. Um, I guess this is a German tradition that got brought over. So essentially, the sauerkraut, being boiled cabbage, is a good to avoid killing off the probiotics, and so you get a digestive boost um, from cultivating that good bacteria in your stomach. And so, if your New Year's resolution is to like stay healthy and like kind of have that wealth of health, then eating sauerkraut is a tradition that might be a good idea for you on New Year.
Okay, a little bit of a background of the sauerkraut. Okay, I can see that. So that's typically, I know the sauerkraut is typically like the Pennsylvania Dutch, isn't it? Isn't that more the Ohio, Pennsylvania
Yeah,
Dutch side?
yeah.
So I know it's more of a northern thing. Um, I know down in the south they have a couple of their own traditions too, and
Hmm.
moved down to the south that I realized was black eyed peas.
Okay.
So black eyed peas apparently where it according to a couple different sources that there's some rumors it's a obviously southern, some of it said that it started in the Civil War because they had a bunch of food left over during some of these battles that fortune since they still had stuff to left to eat. Other people say that it was once when the Emancipation Proclamation was signed in and it went into effect on January 1. Uh, and then the third thing is that apparently these peas look like coins. And obviously, coins in a lot of different cultures signify wealth. So, black eyed peas is one of those things you got to have on New Year's to kind of say, here, you're going to have wealth or you're going to signify extra luck and it's going to be good for your next year. Now, I think the big debate, and I've been told by a couple people down here, is how you really cook them.
Hmm.
Um, some people's traditions that you cook them, uh, basically roasting them,
Okay.
or you fry them. But others say that, hey, you just need to eat them as plain as possible because you have to show some type of humility. And I guess some people are even crazy enough where they have to count out 365, no more, no less, because it signifies luck for every day of the year. And that if you don't eat 365, unlucky for the next year.
Uh,
I feel like that just takes a lot of time and effort, and I'm not from the South, so
yeah, that's fair. So I was we had some parts we had to edit out where we had some internet issues, and during that time, while we were waiting for that to come back on, I had seen that another reason why like the Germans and like the Pennsylvania Dutch they eat pork instead of like your traditional meals for holidays like a chicken and turkey is because when the porks when they looked for food they always looked forward rather than the chicken and turkey who use their paws to scratch backwards. It's just like how you're supposed to look forward to the new year and not reflect on all of the bad from the past year.
okay.
Hmm.
Learning some new stuff.
Yep.
I think another one of the other southern foods that I found out too was collard greens. And
Okay.
apparently there's a big tradition with that as well. You're supposed to eat them because they signify it's going to bring cash in the new year. So, since green money, collard greens are green, I mean, that's a pretty good reason why people in the South would eat those things. So, but then again, I'm not from the South, so I don't really know if that tradition is true or not. I just know that whenever it's a New Year stuff, there's always black eyed peas for sure and sauerkraut. So,
Like deductive reasoning here tells me that one of these has to have some sort of truth to it. And so maybe,
you would think, right?
yeah, maybe what we all need to do next year, because it's too late by the time this videos came out. So sorry, is we need to do all of these traditions in the same day.
Oh, I don't know if I'd want to do all those traditions, man.
Well, I mean, think about it this way. So if you have your plate of ribs and kraut, right? You can get yourself a side salad of collard greens, count out 365 black-eyed peas, put that with your ribs and kraut, just make sure you eat them all. And then at midnight, all you have to do is eat 12 grapes in 12 seconds.
I feel like there's a lot more because I've also seen a couple other things.
Okay.
So this might have to be spread out throughout the entire day then of
Okay.
just eating
Well, I mean,
because I don't know, man. I can see pork and sauerkraut for sure.
mhm,
That could be like a lunch thing. And then you're going to have some snacks.
yep.
So having some collard greens. Another one that I looked up and that I found too was lentils.
Okay.
I, Lentils are another thing, and apparently it's supposed to spread good luck for you because they're again shaped like a coin or they're round like a coin. It's supposed to symbol prosperity, and it's often served with your pork sausage and things like that. So I feel like you're gonna have to have collard greens and lentils, and then uh, there's got to be another thing in there that's going to be one of those special ones, and then have your grapes at night with your champagne.
Yep. So really, the hard part here, you're telling me, is just not taking an after meal power nap and sleeping too late.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you and I did the beer Olympics. I think this is something that we could feasibly do.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that if you spread it out enough.
Yeah. Yeah. See,
So,
you gotta have faith in yourself, man.
you lived in the South for a little bit because I don't know if this is a New Year's tradition or if it's more of just a.
Yeah, I did live in the South for a little
Yeah,
bit.
I can see. All right.
What tradition am I debunking?
So I don't know if this is a New Year's thing because being down here for a couple years, I remember seeing it a couple times. But the king cake,
Okay.
is that a New Year's thing or is that a Mardi Gras thing? I think it's a New Year's kind of, but it's also coinciding with Mardi Gras.
So we had a neighbor that was from NOLA, and I want to say it was a little bit of both. And isn't a king cake also where like they use that for like baby showers and then they hide like a little baby in the cake somewhere?
I know that they had the baby, the
Oh,
trinket,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
then whoever finds it is supposed to be the lucky one.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that was New Year's stuff because I see people getting it in January, but I don't think it was a New Year's Eve tradition. So maybe we'll come back to that one when we get to our Mardi Gras podcast.
Oh, Lord.
When we start talking about that. I was just curious because I knew it happened right around the New Year. A bunch of other traditions too.
And king cake is
So
eaten on January 6th in honor of Epiphy, Epiphany, or 12th night. which historically marks the arrival of the three wise men / kings in Bethlehem who delivered gifts to the baby Jesus. Plastic baby hidden inside king cakes today is a nod to this story.
Okay, so it's not really New Year's Eve tradition then.
Well, I think because you know how like what your great grandmother did, it's probably not the exact same thing that your family does today. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as tradition
Yeah.
goes. And so I think it's kind of something that was like taken from that. And then like this could be used at baby showers and all sorts of fun stuff.
Yeah, so I think we'll talk some more about that then for the New Orleans one that we're going to talk about when we
Right.
get to Bourbon Street and Fat Tuesday, all that stuff. So I was just curious, but I feel like there's got to be other traditions that people have for New Year's. So if anybody is listening and you have whatever your is, we can comment that one and then we can look that up for a future episode to see how we can get some New Year's traditions.
So I looked up, just according to the internet real quick, 7 strange New Year's traditions around the world. So number 4 on this list is the eating 12 grapes. Comes from Spain, which we talked about.
Yeah, research that one. Yep.
Mm-hmm. In South America, in Mexico, Bolivia, and Brazil, fortunes year ahead are decided by your underpants. Those who want to find love wear red underwear for New Year, while skull diggers should opt for yellow, which brings wealth and luck. And if you're just looking for peace, some white pants should do the trick nicely.
That's not related to food, though.
Right, but
yeah, I
also
see that as being something.
yeah. Takanake Festival in Peru. Oh, that's just a fist fight. That's kind of cool. 108 rings, not wings. Sorry.
Man, making some wings. Okay, I can see
Right,
that as being a good tradition.
dude. I'd make 108 wings for New Year's. Yeah, as
Ooh,
far as like
don't think I can eat 108 wings, but
well, no, like it's a party thing. As far as food related, the only thing I'm seeing right now is the grapes. Everything else is just certain traditions that happen around the world, which are all neat, but we don't really need to cover here on this podcast.
yeah, I'm sure that there's some other food traditions, so we'll have to look at that for next year when we get into 2021 New Year's Eve edition.
Yeah. So do you know how we came about to celebrate New Year's Eve or why we do?
I do not. Do you happen to know?
So this article is back from 2016, so keep that in mind. Do let me kind of sight read here. Looks like during the Roman era, March marks the beginning of the calendar. Then in 46 BC, Julius Caesar created the Julian calendar, which set the new year when it is celebrated today. But even Julius Caesar couldn't standardize the day. New Year's celebrations continued to drift back and forth in the calendar, even landing on Christmas Day at some points until Pope Gregory the 13th implemented the Gregorian calendar in 1582. The Gregorian calendar was an attempt to make the calendar stop wandering with respect to the season, because the Julian calendar had a few extra leap years than was necessary by the 1500s. First day of spring came 10 days earlier. Though the selection of the new year is essentially arbitrary from a planetary perspective, there is one noteworthy astronomical event that occurs around this time. The Earth is closest to the sun in early January, point known as the perihelion, That's
So essentially, it's the world's way of saying, "Hey, I made one cycle around the sun, so now everyone on Earth is going to celebrate."
yes.
We didn't screw up. We didn't do anything crazy. The Earth didn't blow up. So time to drink your face off and have a good time.
I don't know, dude. This year was pretty tricky.
But Earth didn't blow up though.
Did it? Like, did it? It most definitely
I don't know.
a whole bunch.
Well, you're still gonna drink your drinky drink, and you're still gonna have a good night. So,
Oh, you know it.
but I feel like that kind of covers our food portion for this episode, and we can see what we can do for next year. Maybe we'll start finding other traditions.
You got any New Year's resolutions?
Nah, nobody does any of those things because everybody just winds up. Everyone just gets off that bandwagon in the first couple weeks anyway. So
I got a good one this year.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna be 6 feet tall.
You better start breaking your legs, man, because you got a little bit to go.
Yeah.
So
you know how, like, when you ask a woman how tall she is when she's wearing heels, and she'll give you like her heel measurement number and then her actual height. What if men who are short just started doing that? Be like, yeah, I'm like 5'8", but I'm 6'4" in stilts.
I think that's where we should probably end right there. So, all right. Well, I guess I am Professor Porkloin.
I've been the meat bug.
Signing off. Happy New Year to everybody, and be safe. Don't do anything stupid.
Right.
Enjoy a bunch of those foods that we talked about.
Mm-hmm. If it's not something you do in front of the Care Bears, don't do it at all. Later, Foodies.